Last time on Eldric Journeys.
And how long do you plan to continue devouring the children of innocent creatures?
They all freak out for a second. Some of them drop their plates. One of them actually grabs for the hilt of their sword.
I want you to get out of here and never harm a single creature in this forest again.
I'm the captain of a Genasi crew. If we leave, people are gonna come after you, whoever you are.
Let them come.
Hey, did you told Sam?
Yeah, you said no cheese, right? Alright, I'm gonna do the classic headbutt. No, I take the gag off, I take the blindfold off, and I unloosen the chains. What's your name, dude?
Carmichael.
Carmichael. Here's a question. You wanna leave?
No, dude, I'm just hanging out.
Well,
Get me the fuck out of this place. Hey, blimey! Let's fucking get him! Fuck!
This cocksucker, dude.
He actually kicks the dude's leg from behind, so he lands on one of his knees. You ran up and you stabbed this dude in the back. In the camera's point of view, we are now looking at Carmichael's point of view as the sword comes bursting through the guard's chest.
This girl has basically shown herself to be incredibly strong and pretty resourceful, to be completely honest, so...
Are you gonna kill me?
No, I don't think that's part of the plan anymore.
My name's Rhea.
If you do plan on joining, you should know that once you're part of the Knights congregation, there's no way out.
If I join, I guess we're gonna be friends, right?
Would seem so.
I gather up the remains and I look for any of the broken eggshells. I'm consoling her and petting her the whole time. Can you please stop harming the innocent? And I know you're just hungry and aura is probably your food. I get that. And I show her and I pick up a flower off the ground. Every living thing has aura.
And the tongue comes out and touches it. The aura shines off of the flower into the tongue of the spookar.
See? You may have to eat more. Plants may not have as much aura as a creature or a person, but this is a much more sustainable and safe way for you to do this and also live in harmony with everyone.
And there's a moment where the tongue comes out and everyone freaks out. No one moves a muscle. Everyone's scared. And as the tongue comes out, it stands towards the sky. And from inside, aura starts spilling out into the air.
It's returning their aura.
McEnroe and Copper have said that they want to get as much people out as they possibly can. You notice that each cage only has a specific race in it.
What do I see when I open it?
You see that there's a sign in Primordial, and there's one giant cage in here. In the cage is nothing. There's a circle cut through the cage, a large one, and you walk up to the cage, and you notice that the circle in it, the shapes, clean cut, perfect cut. And if you look up into the sky, or into the ceiling I should say, you do see the sky. There's a hole.
Who was being held in this cage?
These were the humans. And we're outside of the wall. You see Copper as we see just a lot of people coming out of the tunnel and then into the forest as they run away. Come on. Just take me with you.
Here, take this, and I give him a map. It's to Jacoby. Go there, find you a place, tell him you know me. Like I said, if we need you, I know where to find you.
Well, the House Cat Tavern doesn't sound too bad. I'm off! And he salutes to both of you, and he runs off into the night. Something's wrong with that guy.
Yeah, that don't make me feel good.
I have bad nights too, Howlin. I know you don't like to show emotions, but I like to imagine that we're friends, Howlin.
A literal shockwave of purple energy, and specifically lightning, comes off of his body. It's almost like a solid beam of purple light shoots up into the sky.
Bagyo uba yen consum. He says it's the greatest honor a hero deserves. The villagers start actually handing you gifts as they lead you down towards the valley where the gate is opening.
And I look at Aloe, stick out my hand toward her. Come on, hero.
The clouds swirl around as he's still lashing in midair, fighting with himself, and it rains in the desert of Xander for the first time in God knows how long.
Slowly but surely, he's starting to believe in himself a little more.
Even just how he feels almost trapped at the castle of Xander.
As a friend of mine would say, "Ayy!" The red one does the recording, right? I'm kidding.
I was asking myself that same question. I was like, dude, please let it be this red one. Please let it be this red one. Because it was between that and the square. I was like, one of these is stop, one is record, please. It was like, show me the money. They're just recording. I'm like, yes.
I feel like my gain is really...
No, I think your gains have been pretty good, Wes.
Oh, yeah, Wes. Fuck, dude, get swole. Wes in the webcam, he's like, oh, stop it.
Also, Deej, I don't know if you knew, but Fortnite took your Coral Castle thing.
Did it actually?
Oh my fucking god.
I just sent it to you.
Oh my fucking god. Fortnite, you motherfuckers. I will say this, I'm glad that you told me this in an episode because, one, I'm very angry, and two, now people won't tweet at me after they listen to this.
Oh, they actually did. Huh.
I'm pissed, actually. They can fuck right off.
Yeah.
They can fuck right off and go to hell.
Now when people Google Coral Castle, it's going to come up with Fortnite stuff.
Not if we get more famous.
Yeah.
More famous than Fortnite.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay, TikTok, I'm going to need your help, okay?
God, shut up.
Blow it up, TikTok. Blow it up.
Duet this, share this comment.
Welcome to D&D TikTok.
Here we go.
Yeah, Coral Castle, wow.
I'm very pissed because that was my IP.
Well, I mean, we have proof that you were talking about it first.
True.
For years, actually. Legitimately 3 years ago.
We'll be fine.
Fucking Fortnite. I'm gonna sue the shit out of them.
Good luck.
Yeah, I know.
They're suing Apple. I don't think they're afraid if you sue them.
Fuck. Okay. It's fine. It's not fine. Last time, all of your one-shots that you went through, just think back about what happens, and also just think about the fact that we have not done this in literal months, so it is okay to try to get the rust out. We've been together. Let's just have some fun.
We don't do that here.
Right.
The camera opens up, back on the Coral Castle. The sun is rising in the distance, and for some reason the Coral Castle looks drenched. It's been a very wild couple of days, for most of you, and if not the whole entire castle. Things have changed here in Xander. Howland, Griffin, and Baggio have all learned some new things. And why not? They already have been on their Eldric journeys.
Dude, shut the fuck up.
On your Eldric journey!
We're not even 10 minutes in and I want to leave.
I'm not going to give you, separate scenes. The camera cuts to the chow hall. It's pretty crowded, to be honest. People are in there getting food, all different squads. The camera sees Banana Squad, the camera sees the 9 Pieces of 8. Almost everyone, Peregrine, aghast. Almost at the same time, from 3 different angles, we see Griffin, Baggio, and Howland all walk into the chow hall. What do you guys do?
Are we walking with each other?
No, actually, you guys have just walked in by yourselves.
Dude, we haven't done this in a few months, and I'm gonna be honest, I was so not ready for that. Oh my. Just you're in the mess hall, it's crowded, I'm like, okay, and it's just, you're here, what do you do? I'm just, no! Oh no!
We haven't seen each other today?
Yeah, how long has it been?
I want to say this, actually, because Baguio was the only person that didn't end their one-shot going back to the castle. You actually showed up last night, Baguio.
Okay, so I haven't seen them.
No one has seen each other. You have shown up last night, Baguio, and you showed up to kind of a weird, mixed emotional weird, because last night it rained in Xander, and no one knows why, which is weird because it's a desert, and it has not happened in a very, very, very long time.
Okay.
Griffin, you're walking with Copper, and he's walking with you towards a table. He doesn't eat, he explained that to you, but he just likes to come to the chow hall to communicate and talk with people because it's a fun atmosphere. Picture this like a school lunch.
Noon, lunchtime, breakfast.
Breakfast.
Breakfast, okay.
So grilled cheese all around.
You piece of shit.
Literally, shut up.
I don't eat dairy.
Baguio, you're walking in with Jax. He's coming from a separate angle. There's several different openings to the chow hall. This is almost at the center of the castle, so there's almost a door on every single side of the room.
How far away is Griffin?
Roll perception to see if you notice him.
Perception, baby. Okay, let's see.
Weston, has anybody ever told you that when you smile, your face looks like a baby's ass cheeks?
People tell me I remind them of the Gerber baby.
Amanda told me that. She said he's very cute. Oh, 14.
Sean, don't you dare do that voice unironically. Don't you fucking do that. I hate that so much.
What, Eddie, you don't like the oo-woo voice?
No, I don't. I don't enjoy it.
On a 14, BJ, you notice Griffin almost immediately as you walk in.
How far away is he?
No, don't.
He's on the other side of the chow hall as he's walking in.
I'll spend a key point to step of the wind over to him.
Off the bat. Off the bat.
As I appear out of thin air next to Griffin, I smack him on the back and say, Griffin, how you been?
Whoa, Baguio. You scared the living daylights out of me.
Even Copper turns slowly towards Baguio and he goes, "Wow, that was scary."
Oh, I'm sorry.
So hold on. Did Baguio just fucking glide across the floor 20 feet to Griffin? Just. Brrr.
It's like that dragon shout in Skyrim that lets you move with the wind.
Yeah.
The only thing I imagined is he just runs and then all his limbs go in his shell and his shell slides across the floor and he pops out at the last second.
That's wild.
You're like Gigan in Godzilla. You're like
Yeah.
your legs pop in and jets come out of the fucking leg holes in the turtle shell and you spin around like a helicopter.
No, it's there's a mystical gust of wind. I disappear from where I was and then I reappear over next to where I'm going.
Hey, Copper, you've met Baguio before, right?
I sure have. He was at the initiation. I saw his and I was impressed. But not as impressive as you.
I go, put her there, Copper, and I offer him my claw.
There's a second where he looks at it, there's a bunch of beeps on his chest, and then he picks up his arm and he grabs yours to shake it. Picture the Tin Man when he's moving, the way he moves.
Yeah, real jerky.
Howland, at the same time you are walking into the mess hall, and one of the Fright Knots, I'll let you pick because I know which one I would pick for you, and I know...
You better don't.
Which one are you walking with?
Oh god, it's been so long.
Okay, so there's Wick, Wither, Swine, and Sicko.
Go sicko mode, dude.
No.
Sicko.
No. No. Who is the main one?
Wick.
Okay, yeah, then no, I'm totally in there with Wick.
Wick is walking in with you towards the mess hall as well.
Do we see him?
On BJ's perception, I'll say that, yeah. You notice Howland, but, not as much as you noticed Griffin when he walked in. You can roll a perception, Griffin.
Don't.
You don't really... You don't notice Howland, but you do notice this guy walking in a bit taller. I mean, he's not super tall.
To me, this is how I'm imagining it. I feel like everybody's just dazed. Everything is just kind of warped right now. In one way, it feels like a typical day, but it's a very off, what what is this kind of day.
I feel like that's how Howland feels too, or more.
Everyone's like, can you believe Fortnite copied us? Oh my god.
Everybody's like, dude, did you guys hear Fortnite is suing Apple?
Oh, man.
I imagine Howland walks in kind of like the old Naruto walk where he's like leaning back with his arms behind his head, and it looks like Howland got no fucking sleep, like Howland is dead right now, walking in next to Wick.
Oh, it sounds like this is getting too real, isn't it?
A little bit.
So I see this?
Yeah, you see Howland walking in, and you see Wick. You've never met Wick, but you know that he was one of the people that gave Howland the card, or the metal contraption with Fright Knots written on it.
I elbow Griffin to point out
Oh my god.
that Howland's here. Continue.
Hey,
The guy he's walking with is this bit taller than Howland, only a bit. You'd think only because of the armor that he's wearing. He's all covered in armor. There's no part of his body that is shown any skin. He's all armor. Even the helmet that he's wearing is armor, and it has these black lenses on it that seem to move with his body and his facial expression.
hey, there's old crab ass, and looks like he's got a buddy, the old Iron Giant.
Bagyo Ubo, I will take a table with Copper if you wish to join Griffin for the morning.
Of course. I grab Griffin by the wing and I just run off.
Drags me across the floor.
We cut to Howland with Wick, and Wick actually grabs a tray off of one of the parts on the wall. He hands it to you, Howland, and he says, I don't eat the food here, but if you wish, you can go ahead.
I wish I didn't have to. And I just take the tray, just float, just kind of float to a table by myself.
You float to a table by yourself. You see Wick actually looking around the area. You don't know why he came down here. You get the feeling that he doesn't like to come into any public areas frequently, so he's here for different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But you grab a table by yourself, and Howland, can you roll perception for me?
Okay. Oh, honey, we gotta get back.
Whoa!
Unnatural 20.
He sees it all.
You sit down with the tray. You haven't gotten any food with it yet, but you sit down at a table, and immediately you lock eyes with...
David, you fucked me. You fucked me so good. He takes the tray and is like, oh yeah, me neither. And he doesn't get food. Like, he just takes the tray and sits down like, me neither. I'm not eating.
Let's just say there's some basic stuff on the tray.
For God's sakes, dude, at least give me some, fucking hash browns and, something. Don't fuck me like that, dude. Don't take these liberties.
Some hash browns and melon.
Do you understand, in my mind, it's Howland sitting at a table pissed with an empty tray? That's what that is.
He's just like, where's my fuck?
You literally it's an empty tray. It's just there's no fucking hash browns. Smacks it out of the way. The tray hits the fucking wall at Mach 10, shatters.
Everybody in the room's looking at him.
Oh my god.
Just rubbing his temples there's no fucking hash browns.
Okay. You are sitting there, you have your hash browns and a melon slice on the thing, and then you lock eyes with Bagyo, who's dragging Griffin towards the table.
Howland puts his head down and is just rubbing his temples. Here it is, here we go.
I set Griffin down in a chair, and then I sit down in the chair too, and I drop a big bowl of birdseed in front of him, and I've got a big fruit salad.
Appreciate it, Bagyo. My favorite.
He just starts pecking at it without his hands. Just pecking the ball. Oh my god. I just love the meme that Griffin goes full chicken when he's eating.
People don't know why we lost our shit at that joke.
It's so funny though.
Oh, man.
He's just a chicken, ladies and gentlemen. He's just a fucking chicken.
Just my hands behind my back.
With a mouthful of fruit, I'm like, good morning, Howland.
I'm just
It's not even that funny, dude.
Yeah, that's
know.
what I'm like. Jesus Christ, why are you so fucking...
I just...
Because I'm picturing Howland's reaction to just Baggio with his mouth full talking to him.
And Griffin pecking.
David, you know in the young ones, the face that Rick is making when he's, like, at the table, and he's just so pissed. It's a lot like that. I to be honest, I was trying to find the picture of Copper in Stranger Things before he punches that guy in the fucking face. You know the scene I'm talking about? Like, that face that he makes exactly.
Hopper.
Yeah, Hopper. Flopper. Howland is just, like, sitting there rubbing his temples, and he's like, "Good morning, Baggio, Griffin."
I like to think Weston's face that he's making right now is exactly what Griffin was doing, which is head in his hands, face just like grabbing the bridge of his nose.
Good morning, Howland. How you been, bud?
I've been tired. Been pretty tired.
You should try going to bed earlier.
I really should. You gonna finish that bird seed, bud?
Here in a minute, my beak's hurting.
So you know those videos of like a turtle eating, but like they keep trying to take a bite of the big piece of fruit, but it's like they can't seem to do it. Like that's Baggio's doing that to like a melon right now. And he's like, "So, Holland, how was your mission?"
God. Howland's just sitting there, like, just puts his head down, just exhausting.
I hope you guys know I'm not stepping in to save you. Have a conversation for once.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay. Oh, Jesus.
Check, please!
Was Howland eating anything?
Yeah, hash browns.
And a melon slice.
Melon slice, okay.
Yeah, hash browns, and then I saw Baggio looking at the melon slice, and I literally threw it on the floor and kicked it.
Oh. Bold of you to assume I won't eat off the floor. And I get down on the floor and start eating it.
Howland is just sitting there, like, under his breath, just like, good lord.
I grew up in a swamp.
By the way, the third picture, this is Howland's face as soon as they sat down. That third fucking picture.
Yes.
The third picture of Hopper is the exact... the exact face.
I don't work with O'Bannon. Did I say O'Bannon? I meant...
Okay.
Okay.
He just
punches him.
Just fucking punches him in the face immediately.
Alright, I got this right here. Ready? I'm gonna bust this conversation wide open.
Oh, God.
Here we go. He built it up, guys. He's got it.
Alright, I'm done with this bird seed now. I'm gonna go get some hash browns and some eggs and French toast. I'll catch you guys in a bit.
Wait, eggs?
Can't eat eggs!
Oh, no!
Cannon breach! Cannon breach! Oh, it's a cannon breach!
Baggio goes, Griffin, you're sick.
Baggio he looks at him, he's like, Griffin, you breached cannon!
Baggio starts glitching out of the world. He's like, Griffin!
Howland's like, you fucking madman! And just starts fading away,
Yeah.
like glitching into nothing. Like,
Yeah, Howland starts disappearing too. He's like, you idiot! You absolute buffoon!
you breached cannon!
Okay, Griffin, you start walking over to get...
Some hash browns and some French toast.
All right, good.
Mind you. No eggs.
French toast. Okay, go ahead. I'm not gonna.
I know they're made with eggs too, dude.
Okay, we'll say Griffin doesn't know that. He's been eating French toast for years.
And I'm just innocent to the fact.
Yeah.
No one tell Griffin.
I'm just gonna get an omelet. Fuck it.
Oh my God.
Right.
You walk away from the table, Griffin, and as you're walking away, you're walking to get some food. Can you roll a dexterity saving throw?
Yes.
Ooh, fuck, dude.
Hey.
A 19 plus 6, 25.
He does a backflip over whatever he was about to trip on.
There you go. Literally flies up and does a barrel roll mid-air.
You are walking with the tray, Griffin, and as you're walking by one of the tables, you see that at the table, there is the 9 pieces of 8 just sitting there, almost like cool guys just chilling.
You mean 9 pieces of shit?
Yeah. And as you're walking by, the camera cuts to under the table as one of them sticks out their foot to try and trip you.
Dude, this is some high school bullying shit, isn't it?
Yeah. And you see that happening. What do you do to get away, knowing that you have a 25?
Can I do anything back to him, or is this just to avoid the trip?
At this point, it's just getting over the foot.
Griffin pulls out his bow and ices this dude.
He puts out his foot to trip him, and Weston flies up midair, does a flip, and shoots him in the fucking head with the bow. Right there, and just fucking kills him. Then continues back to go get the omelet that breeds his cannon. Falls in his food, dead right there, and then nobody notices. Everybody just keeps going.
Alright, this is what I'm gonna do. Griffin, he knows he's about to trip. He goes onto his little talons, grabs his head, grabs his crotch, moonwalks around the trip, spins, and then pelvic thrust towards the dude.
There it is.
And you do that.
You look back at the table and Baguio's watching, he's just clapping. Baguio's...
You actually skate around the trip.
No, I moonwalk around the trip.
Oh, okay. You moonwalk around the trip. You look at the table and you notice that it was Bobby, the big minotaur, who had his foot that pulled out. But you look at the entire...
He tried to trip him with his hoof.
Yeah, and you look at the table and you see everyone there. I can remind you, there's Smith Spa, there's Toast, there's Grin, Blake, Bobby, and like a couple other ones I can't remember off the top of my head. But you see Grin, who runs the shelf, and she just gives you a thumbs up. You can't see her smile because she's got her mask that hides her mouth and her nose, but she clearly was proud of you when that happened.
Can I do stuff?
Yeah, what do you want to do?
Wait.
Yeah, you gonna confront him? You gonna say something?
I want to see Howland come up and be like, "What's going on, big guy? You just tried to trip my bird."
Let's go.
Howland just gets up in his face like, who are you trying to be right now? What is this? Do you know who we breached canon. We can do anything now.
Oh my god.
And it's like, "What's going on, big guy? You just tried to trip my friend."
That's a very good bit.
Griffin goes up to him and is like, stop it, get some help.
Griffin has to do something first. What are you doing?
Who is it now?
It's Bobby Biggs. He's the big minotaur.
Bobby.
Bobby Skiggs.
Hey, what's going on, Bobby? Big fella?
Nothing much, Birdman. What's going on with you?
And it's magic every campaign.
He just called him Bird.
Griffin wipes his face. Birdman, huh? Pretty tough talk. Coming from a piece of shit.
That's not even good. That sucks. That's big talk coming from a fucking piece of shit, if you ask me.
You see Smith Spa. He's the hobgoblin with the lisp, and he drops his fucking spoon when you say that. And he goes, Bobby Big, no, don't let him speak to you that way. No, let me at him. And he's on the table, and he's trying to, like, go past Bobby. And Bobby actually puts out a big fucking hand, pushing him back, and he says, No worries, Smith Spa. I got this. And he stands up, much taller than you.
But I'm like, hey, little guy, you have no room to speak anyway, so shut the fuck up.
I'm just, while this is happening, Howland is literally tapping Baguio on the shoulder like, you should go over there and call him an asshole.
Mind you, this is before my breakfast, dog. Griffin ain't having it.
You say that to him, and keep in mind, he's a hobgoblin, and his face just goes, he's just floored that you even brought up the fucking lisp, and he is mad. He's he's on the table looking exactly like this, the image I just sent, with his mouth just agape, teeth showing, his eyebrows pointed.
And he can't do nothing. That's the funny part.
Wes, you know what a minotaur is, right? It's a big human body with a bull head.
Okay, yeah, I'm worried about him.
and then Bobby, he's just heads taller looking over you, and he says, Are you really going to treat my friend like that? Because if you do, I'm going to have to take you outside and use you like a volleyball.
Can I come over there? Can I be over there? Because I got a really cool thing to say in response to that.
You better call it. In canon, I better hear Baguio call him an asshole right now.
No! Bagio's like, are you really going to treat my friend like that?
Oh.
And I'm just next to him.
Oh, you just okay. You walked over.
Griffin looks up at Bobby. Yeah, are you?
While this is happening, Howland is levitating over above the entire table, like just with his arms crossed, like just watching.
Yeah. Now, like out of game. I'm talking big shit here, and if I can't pull nothing off, I'm gonna need some help.
Out of game, I hate these people so much.
The 9 pieces of 8?
Yes.
Yes, they were assholes.
The 9 pieces of 8 and Banana Squad, I plan on killing them off, both of those squads entirely.
Are you seriously saying death to Banana Squad?
Yes. Genocide.
You see Grin actually try signing to you guys. None of you know a sign language, so it's moot at this point, but they look very frantic, like they're trying to stop it.
Yo, is she throwing up gang signs? What gang is that?
I see the sign language and I just like smile real big and wave.
Oh, you just see Grin's arms slump and they just look at the ground. Bobby turns to you, Baguio, and he says, "And so what if I am?" And he pushes you in the shoulder.
Ooh. As soon as he did that, this is Howland right now above the table. Just,
Please try to describe that image.
it's Howland just making the fucking pog face just above the table, like, ooh.
Can I grab his hand?
Bobby?
Yeah, Bobby's arm. Can I grab it?
Roll strength to fucking push him back right now.
Yeah, roll dexterity. Yeah, I guess that works. 23. Yeah, what do you want to fucking do?
23. I want to grab his arm and twist it and flip him onto the ground.
Roll a strength.
14.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to roll. I don't have my dice on me, but I'll just use roll 20 real quick.
Roll an opposing strength check.
Yeah, let's see. Nat 20.
Oh.
Yeah, you guys can't. Like, that's not a lie. You, Griffin. You grabbed his hand. You still have his hand, and you try twisting it around. But you twist it around behind his back, and you go behind his back. You're holding it up for a second. You think that you have him, but then he just pulls his arm back, and I think you're holding on to him. You're just dangling there as he has his hand up in the air.
Like that.
And he pulls you closer, eye to eye, and he says, "Do you want to try that again?"
Can I do something while this is happening?
Yeah, what do you want to do?
I want Howland to look where they pass out the food. They have coffee down here, right?
Yeah.
I want to say Howland gets an insanely hot, like a really big glass of coffee that's just insanely hot, and I want him to levitate.
Uh-oh.
Like a pot?
Yeah.
A pot of coffee?
Like a pot of scalding hot coffee, and I want him to levitate it into his hand. Can I roll for that?
I'll say this. You notice that, and you use Mage Hand, and you grab the pot of coffee. That is you grabbing the pot of coffee. You have the pot of coffee right now, but Bobby has just, like, looked you in the eyes, Griffin, and said, like, you want to try that again? Baguio, is there something that you wanted to do?
Yes.
No, wait, that wasn't...
No, I had something I want to do, but I kind of want to see what Eddie's about to do.
Okay.
You know what? I'll make it easier for you because I'm going to do what Baguio was going to do. Baguio sees Griffin's valiant effort to try to flip this guy. Like,
I tried, dude.
In Baguio's head, Baguio's like, he tried. And Baguio goes up behind him, or goes up beside of him and goes, "You need a timeout." And I stunning strike him in the side.
Roll.
Ooh, into the Minotaur?
Yeah.
Okay, fuck. How?
He wasn't ready for that one, boys. We got him.
So you need a timeout. Bah!
Damn. Alright, did not expect that.
Hey, Baguio's learning, dude.
Okay, do the stunning strike thing.
We're gonna toughen him up.
Okay, I'll spend a key point. Have him roll a Constitution saving throw.
I'm saving it on a 13.
Constitution. Okay, yeah. 13.
Okay, so I'm just gonna... 4.
Yes! Fuck him up.
Baguio literally walks up to him. He's got his fists together like Aang does, just kind of has them like that. He walks up beside this guy after he manhandled Griffin. And Baguio goes, "You need a timeout." And then I just do a quick, like, Bruce Lee 1-inch punch to his side.
Almost in slow motion, you guys see him just, like, topple over, his eyes roll in the back of his head. And as that's happening, You see Smith's Spa, you see Toast, you see Grin, you see every one of the 9 pieces of 8's reaction, including Blake, who at the same...
Wait,
What?
Grin is the shelf?
Yeah.
Runs the shelf.
But she's also part of the 9 pieces of...
Pieces of 8, yeah.
Oh.
But she's not a jerk.
Yeah, she's actually really cool. But you see everyone's eyes as they're all freaking out. Grin looks horrified. Smithspa looks pissed. Blake is, what is the most angry you've ever seen anyone ever? That's what Blake looks like right now.
For a second, when you said you see all their reactions, I thought you had reposted the Pog face.
They're all like, yeah, fuck him. His own team is like, this guy's a piece of shit.
But as he hits the floor, everybody in the cafeteria silent. And there's like a moment in time where everyone's just staring at what's going on. And then you see Toast, the kobold, a toast balloon, slither up onto the cafeteria. He doesn't look pissed. He's actually the most chill. And he just looks up and he says, almost in an auto-tune way, I don't know if I can edit that, but he just says, "Food fight!"
Oh, no.
Oh.
And then the whole cafeteria erupts throwing shit. Howland, you can do what you want to do with the pot of coffee.
He can't even dodge it now. He's paralyzed.
I was gonna say, I've been waiting for a moment here. Which is the one with the lisp?
Smith's mom.
Oh, no.
Don't ruin his...
Oh,
Oh, no.
What is his name?
Smithspa.
more like Shiftspa.
More like shit stain, am I right? As they say food fight, Howland whistles with the pot of coffee and he says, hey short guy, you take your coffee black, right? And Howland is dumping the entire pot of boiling hot coffee on that lispy goblin prick right on his fucking head, and then the food fight starts, so nobody really hears him screaming.
Holland, I think you accidentally grabbed a hot pot of coffee.
Oh, you're right, my bad.
I think that was the point.
That's definitely not what I meant to do. I'm sorry.
Dude, I would love if you actually poured that hot pot of coffee down his throat and it just did something with his vocal cords or his lips.
And then fix the list!
No, it just made it a lot worse. Like, it's just...
He's like, you think you so fucking tough. Like, he can't even speak. He's like, you sick.
No, because then Howland would be like, oh, well, now you gotta die.
Now you have to die.
You guys look at Smithspa after Howland drops the pot of coffee onto him, and this is his reaction. I can't find a gif of it, but this is his reaction. It's a Bugs Bunny from Space Jam when he's like, "We need your help!" But he's screaming.
Yeah. Ah!
And then everything erupts into a fight. You see Blake get up after that happens, and he's coming right for you, Baguio. He's the Dragonborn who's heading towards you.
Oh?
Can I do something?
Yeah, Griffin, what do you do?
Do I need to roll?
We'll see what it is, because I don't want this to go into initiative right now.
This is also, I just want to put in there, this is the face that I imagine when the coffee, just when Howland pours the coffee on him, it's literally that.
It's Finn from Adventure Time when the water gets on him.
When the water hits him, and it just, no!
You know what? I kind of imagine that's Howland's face as he's pouring it. Like, yeah!
Just Howland screaming like, yeah!
What happens?
I grab a tray, and as Blake's coming towards Baguio, I swing it and hit him right in the face.
Roll and athletics. Nat 1.
I got a nat 1?
You grab the tray and you try to crack it on the back of him. The tray breaks into, like, pieces. You remember that he's a Dragonborn with very tough scales and very tough skin. He stops going towards Baguio and he turns to you. Roll a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving.
Hey, since it shattered, now you've got shivs.
13.
13. Let me see. I'm going to roll his strength. 19. Yeah. You try to get out of the way. I don't know how you do. Maybe you're trying to glide back, but he grabs your arm and he whips you towards the wall. You hit the wall and it hurts for a second.
But I got wings, dude. I'm flying out of there, dog. No.
Yeah, but you just hit the fucking back of the wings, and he's running towards you now. Baguio, is there something that you wanted to do?
Can I use my deflect missiles on all the food flying around?
Yes, you can. Absolutely, you can.
Okay.
Tell me exactly what that looks like and what you do.
Okay, so I'm just standing in the middle of the room, and as food flies at me, I'm just deflecting it in different directions. Standing in one spot, doing just random karate arm movements, redirecting all the food headed towards me.
And meanwhile, that's happening. Howland, you just poured the hot cup of coffee onto Smithspa. He starts screaming. Oh my god, like, it's ear-piercing the way he's screaming. And then you see Toast, who just runs up off of Grin and jumps into the air where you're hovering. Can you roll a dexterity saving throw?
Oh, yeah!
16. Let me see what he rolls here.
16 sees.
He rolled an 18.
You bitch.
Also, real quick, Toast is wearing this, like, kind of a baseball jersey-looking thing. It's unbuttoned, so but that's the only thing. He's wearing no pants, no shirt.
What team?
It says 9 pieces of 8. He just jumps on your fucking back, and he's on the back of you. Every time you try to reach back for him, he's just, like, going back and forth on your shoulders, and he's whispering the whole time. You actually hear him, and it's really annoying, Howland. I might be making a character decision for Howland, but I want to say he hates rap. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. He's going back and forth between your shoulders, and he's like, to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right. You want to get this, gonna start a food fight. To the left, to the right, to the left, to the right. You want to do this now, and I'm gonna say night, night. And he grabs you by the hair and jumps down, trying to pull you to the ground.
Oh my god.
Cut to you, Griffin. You see Blake heading towards you. What are you doing?
I just have a thing. It says I have an advantage on perception and dexterity saving throw thanks to Kanan.
Yes, you do.
Is that all the time?
Yes, all the time.
Or is that when I, like, spend a key point or something?
You don't have key. I mean, everyone has key.
Oh, thank you for reminding me. As you see Blake heading towards you, you hear Kanan in your head. He says, "Hey, Griffin. Looks pretty top-heavy, doesn't he?"
Trip.
You can't see Kanan, but he's moving his eyebrows wherever he is inside your head.
Spend a swashbuckling maneuver,
Gotcha.
and I'm gonna trip him.
Yeah. How does that look?
I do a little, like, break dance. You spin on your head and whatnot,
Oh, yeah.
and then trip him as I'm coming around.
Oh, perfect.
Beautiful.
You trip him, he falls flat on his face, and Kanan says, "See, man, you're doing great."
And then I teabag the back of his head as it cuts away.
We got Weston's demon, like, congratulating him and telling him he's doing great. And we got mine over here trying to bet against me in a fight.
Yeah, I was about to say, damn it, let me do the scene. We cut to Baggio, who's getting food thrown at him in all directions from all... He's, like, turning all the food in different directions. But we see a floating stuffed turtle. The mouth isn't moving, but you can hear a voice coming from it, and he says, "Hey, anyone who can hit my buddy Baggio here gets a medal. I got gold coins to throw. Someone please take down this son of a bitch, please. This man reads me fucking Bible verses every night. You know what that's like?" And he's just floating around the cafeteria.
You're getting soap in your mouth tonight, mister.
Oh, no. Baggio's like, "That'll be an extra hour to our lesson tonight."
Not if they kill you. Come on. Come on. We cut to Howland. You have just been brought down by Toast as he's on the ground, all fours, looking up at you with beady little eyes, and he's got a smile with his tongue sticking out.
Howland's probably pissed. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
What do I have to roll to grab him and take him up as high as I can go to literally... You remember the ending of The Lost Boys, David?
Oh.
When Michael grabs David in midair and does the my turn, and he throws him... What do I need to roll to do that right now?
I'm actually going to roll with disadvantage on this, because Kyle talking is distracting him a little bit. As he came down, he's staring at you. A 5 and a 10. So on a 5, you can do it. That's a dexterity saving throw on his part. You grab him.
I'm gonna say he's just kind of sitting there, like, mocking Howland, and Howland is just on the ground with blood kind of coming out of his head a little bit, and Howland slowly looks up, making Cooper's face in Twin Peaks just laughing with blood coming down his face, and just says, "My turn," and just fucking grabs him and flies, like All Might, just flies right up into the fucking ceiling with him. Like some Superman type shit. Just grabs him and flies directly up.
Texas smashed this dude into the ceiling.
Yeah, literally smashed him into the fucking ceiling.
Oh, that's a perfect ending. You bring him up and you smash him against the ceiling. And as that happens, there's just this loud, wait! The whole room freezes. We see Blake, who's on the floor with the cracks in the floor, look up. We see...
Wait, I'm teabagging him, dude.
Yeah, and that's why there's cracks in the floor, because he keeps going back into the floor. We see the ceiling where Toast is looking out from Howland's mage hand. Baggio and Kyle are looking to the center, and we see Magwell, the ghost, if you guys remember,
Oh, yeah.
who's got her arms out, this ghost gnome, and she's looking around, and she's floating, and she says, "We're supposed to be teammates! We're part of the same team!" She floats over to you, Griffin, and she says, "Griffin, weren't these the same people that would lay down their very lives for you?" Floats over to you, Baggio, and says, "Baggio, you're the nicest, kindest, gentlest person I've ever met." She floats over to Howland, and she says, "Howland, we're all part of the same team."
Like nothing to say to hell.
The food fight's back up!
She floats down closer and closer to where Griffin and Blake are. She picks up Blake and she picks you, Griffin, up, puts a hand on both of you, and the camera is slowly zooming in on her face from far away with Griffin and Blake. She's in between both of them, and she's saying, "Now there's always something we can do to settle things, right? We're teammates, so there's nothing wrong with having a little banter here and there." Camera's right on her face. She's looking around at both Blake and Griffin.
I want to know that while this is all happening, I want Howland to still be in the air holding that dude up against the ceiling, and I want there to be a crater on the ceiling. I don't want them to have come down yet.
That's fine. But you're going to be a little bit pissed at me in a second. The camera's on Magwell's face as she's looking between Blake and Griffin, and we can't see anything else around her at all, but she looks towards the camera, the audience, I should say, and she says, "There's always something we can do to settle things around here."
You are high.
And the camera zooms out,
Oh.
and we're in the middle of the arena, and Magwell is sitting in the center of the court, a basketball court.
No, dude, no!
Oh.
We look around, and Griffin, you have a jersey on. It says Griffin on the back, and there's the number 12 on the back.
That's what this is about.
Jesus Christ.
Baggio has the number 3.
Yeah.
Howland, you have the number 9.
Oh, no.
And we see the 9 pieces of 8 on the court. There's 5 of them. And Magwell's running around, floating around the entire arena. And she's also wearing a jersey, but it says Griffin on the back. She's going, "Woo!"
Baggio goes, "Don't worry, Griffin," and he pulls out a glowing basketball. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, man.
I will just say out of game real quick. The 9 pieces of 8 have 5 on the court with 4 people else on the bench.
Mm-hmm.
There's only 3 of you.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Do we know what basketball is?
Yes, you do.
Okay, so like we've heard of basketball.
Yeah.
You know, Griffin, I'm not really good at sports. Other than martial arts.
Don't worry. We got this.
I love how quiet Howland's being right now.
It's just
Yeah.
just how I feel.
But you guys have only 3 people. Out of game, I want you to grab 2 other people from your, or 3 other people in case you need to sub out from your one-shots. You guys get to decide.
From our one-shots?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I forgot her name, but I want to bring the girl who got her powers back.
Lola Bunny type.
Magwell actually floats into the arena, and she throws a jersey out to Aloe. Aloe was the magical girl, and she's just like, "What the fuck is this?" And then all of a sudden, Magwell just puts her on the arena with you guys.
And I'm like, Hey, thanks for help.
I don't know how to play.
Me neither.
Do I can either...
McEnroe or Copper.
Or Carmichael.
Carmichael's in Jacoby. You sent him there.
I don't know. Let's go Macaro.
Oh, boy. All right, cool. Now, Howland, who are you grabbing?
Get John on the phone. I want John here right now.
Not John!
Get him out here.
What?
Get him out here. You said I could pick somebody. I want John out here. Get him.
No, someone from the Fright Knots.
No! I said what I said. I need him out here.
Can we get Bill Murray, please?
Howland is literally screaming in the jersey. Like, that picture is just so exact.
I want Bill Murray.
No, seriously, who from the Fright Knots? You can have Sicko, Swine, Wick, or Wither. Wither has no legs.
Literally give me everyone but Sicko.
Oh, okay, but just you get to choose. Choose one.
Can we not get 3?
No, you get one because there's 3 of you plus Aloe and plus McEnroe. You need one more to sub in and sub out.
Oh, fuck.
What you gonna do? I said, hey, you, what you gonna do?
Explain, run the other 3 by me one more time, because I can't remember what their shtick was. Not Sicko. Not him, the other 3.
Wither is a magic man. He has no legs. He's on this. He wheels himself around. He's muscular at top. He's the Vidalkin. Swine's the big old strong woman, human.
Okay.
Wick, you didn't really know much about him. You know that he's just covered in armor and that he didn't really reveal much about his shtick.
Get Swine's thick ass out here right now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Get her out here.
Magwell actually goes into the arena and she gets really quiet for a second and she just points at someone and points to the arena. And you see this big woman, greasy hair over her entire face, metal contraption as a mask as she just like thump, thump, thump down to the court and she sits down on the bench. And you have your 5 and McEnroe actually walks in. He's this little dwarf guy and he's got this jacket with striped sleeves and he comes up next to you, Griffin, and he says, "Oh, am I gonna have to mop the floor with these guys too?"
Yeah.
Magwell comes to the center and she says, "All right, 1st to 10." Who's going up for the
jump ball, you mean?
The jump ball? Real quick, the way we're gonna do this is no fouls. Do is whack, just like so many stunts, guys. So many things you guys can do here. Just let's have a good,
Clean game.
clean game.
Oh my god.
Sounds like you're getting ready for a boxing match.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, y'all are playing basketball and Howland's playing hockey. Literally, like, I'm beating the shit out of somebody.
And the way that we're going to do this, like, tossing shit in there, free throws are going to be, you have to hit a 12, roll a d20 of a 12. 3 throws, you got to have to roll a 15 on 3 throws. Free throws are 13, and then layups or anything close is a 10. If you want to dunk it, well,
I'm gonna quickly eat the rest of my grapes and go back up to full key.
you have no grapes right now then. So the way that we're going to do this, jump ball, who's going up for it? I vote Griffin, but...
Sure.
Wait, jump ball. Oh, is that how you start the game?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to play.
I know, it's going to be beautiful.
Good luck, Weston.
Oh.
1st to 10, that's not a lot.
We should have played horse.
Okay, jump ball. Griffin walks up to the line, and then Bobby Biggs jumps up to the line. He's actually grabbing the side of his head, so I'm going to give him disadvantage because you stunning striked him earlier. But he gets to the center, and Magwell is just like, "All right, on 3, 1, 2." Camera cuts to the top of the arena looking down at the ball as she goes, 3, and she jumps into the air. Roll athletics. There's going to be a lot of those.
Nat.
Oh, good thing he had Oh, wait, he had disadvantage on a 4, and you rolled a nat 1.
Oh.
Magwell throws the ball into the air, and then you try to jump up and grab it, but Bobby, just like the Monstars from Space Jam, puts his hand over your face and throws you to the ground as he snatches it from the top.
Wait, okay, now I know how we're playing. Okay.
I told you, Space Jam, baby! He grabs the ball, and he just tosses it behind him, and you see Blake coming up behind, dribbling the ball. There's going to be a little bit of a Calvin ball here with this. Blake is coming up to the dribbling. Howland, you're on the left side. You see Blake, he's coming towards you closer. What do you do?
As he's coming towards me, I'm going to try to, extend my mage hand and just completely trip him. Like, I want to punch him in the fucking leg.
I'm going to make him roll a dexterity saving throw. 17. Can you roll to combat that?
20, yeah.
A 2 plus your Arcana, which even then won't beat a 17.
That's tough.
He sees your mage hand coming. He jumps over it, while at the same time he tosses it over to Toast on the other side.
Oh.
Griffin, you see McEnroe as he sees the ball coming towards him, and he's trying to grab it, and he says, I got it. And he jumps an inch off the ground and does not grab it. And then it gets passed over to Toast, who's got the ball. Baguio, you're guarding Toast. What do you do?
I spend 2 of my key points and summon my arms of the astral self, so I'm guarding him, and I've got these giant ghost arms floating behind me guarding him too.
That's beautiful. Toast stays on one leg as he puts his back towards you, Baguio, and then he's looking for an open shot. Griffin, roll perception.
I got advantage though, right?
Yes, you do. You don't know... Okay, on 11, you don't know who he's going to toss to. There's 2 people that are open right now. There's Smithspa, and there's Grin.
Wait, how is Smithspa? How's this dude playing? He's got 3rd degree burns.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's fucking limping. You know, actually, it's not Smithspa. It's,
Whoa, we want
All right,
him
fine,
on
fine.
the court.
All right, cool.
We want disadvantage on everything he does.
All right, who are you gonna guard? Who you think's gonna go to the ball? I'm gonna give you an opportunity to run interference on here.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, just pretend you're playing 2K, Wes.
Yeah, Toast is about to pass the ball to somebody. To either Smithspa or Grin.
So I'm picking who I go to?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta guess who you think he's gonna send it to.
I'm going Grin.
Toast flips around and then he tosses it to Grin. You can roll an athletics to see if you grab it out of the air. Nat 20, you got it.
I got it, baby.
He throws the ball to Grin. You fly in there, grab it, and you have advantage to run up. You are like halfway on the court right now. You are in front of everybody. What are you doing?
I'm dunking it, dude.
Doing the fucking Michael Jordan.
Yeah, as I'm flying.
Or should we say the BJ?
We see Griffin as he's running up court. Everyone turns around and chases you. Blake is right about to grab you as you just jump into the air from the free throw line and then just fucking whoosh right through. Fucking buzzers go off and Magwell goes, "Oh!" We see Blake grab the ball. He goes to the court.
So 2-0, right?
Yeah, 2-0 right now. Blake grabs the ball and he's looking around for somebody to throw to. Baguio, you're still guarding Toast. Howland, you're guarding Bobby. McEnroe is guarding Smithspa. Aloe is guarding Grin. Blake is going to toss it to, let me see. He's going to toss it to Bobby. Howland, you see he's about to toss it to Bobby. You can roll athletics.
There it is. Oh, I've got a -1 in athletics. Oh, fuck.
No.
I hate this shit.
9. Yeah, Bobby grabs it from up top, grabs the ball, and he starts moving down the court with it. Grin is following behind you, Howland.
Can I try to cast anything?
Yeah, what are we going to do?
So, Bobby is running with the ball right now to the goal, right?
Yes.
Okay. I want to use Visions of the Void on him.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my god.
What are you doing?
I want to cast Visions of the Void on Bobby, and I want the goals to swap. I want him to think that he's on the wrong side of the court, and he's running to our goal right now. I want him to think our goal is their goal.
Yes!
I'll give him disadvantage.
And I was going to say, that's clever as fuck. Don't you dare cheat me out of this. That's amazing.
Yeah, that is clever.
That's fucking great.
Nat 1. Now, real quick, Weston, in the rules of basketball, if you score on your own goal, is that points to the other team?
Yeah, if you score...
Oh my...
Well, no, he is literally going to come across the court,
Yeah.
and he is going to dunk that shit in our goal.
But if you score in the other team's goal, it's points for the other team.
Oh, that's beautiful. We see Blake, Grin, and Smithspa start sprinting to the other side with Bobby holding, dribbling the ball. And then you run by him, Howland, touch him, and then visions of the void, like his eyes start swirling, and then he like looks around.
Can I want to retcon that. I want to just say he's running with the ball to their goal, and Howland is trying to keep up, but Howland is not a very athletic person, so Howland is just like, fuck this, and just like points at him, and you just see like a flash of purple light from Howland's hand. Bobby's eyes flash purple, and he's like, wait, what the fuck? And just
turns around,
heads back in the other direction, and Howland is literally dancing like down the fucking court on the side while he's going.
Howland's flossing.
He's doing the jig that they do in, oh my god, in the Breakfast Club when they're all when they're all up on the thing.
No, Howland's doing that Russian dance where you squat down and kick.
You just hear Smith go, Bobby, no! As Bobby jumps up and just fucking dunks it 4-0 as he turns around and he's like got his hands up in the air like he's trying to like bring in the cheers.
He's like, yeah!
And then you see Blake, Smith's grin, and Toast as they're all just sitting there like mouths agape, and Bobby looks back at them while all of you guys are cheering.
In canon, I want this to be what all three of us are doing. It's literally that, 100%.
Yeah, Griffin, Baggio, and...
You guys are all three like behind each other, one right after the other, doing the dance, like swinging your hands.
Yep, we're doing the dance from the fucking Breakfast Club right now. As he scores in our goal and gives us a point, we're just fucking breaking it down.
Bobby looks at the 9 pieces of 8 and he goes, what? Whose ball is that? Is that technically 9 pieces of 8 again?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought that would be us, since they just went. That would only make sense.
No, but...
Yeah, but this is basketball.
You're right, I don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't either.
I literally don't know.
If you score in the other team's goal, then it's their ball again.
Does that happen? Has that ever happened?
Yeah, it has happened before. There was one play that actually Kentucky made.
Oh, no.
Where the ball's going out of bounds and one of our Kentucky players tries to save it. So as he's diving out of bounds, he whips the ball backwards, and the ball goes up in the air and swishes into the other team's goal and gives them 3 points.
Oh,
fuck.
Oh, God, he'd be pissed. But yeah, they sub Bobby out. He goes to sit down on the bench, and you see a different guy walk up. His name's Sahil. You've never really talked to him, ever. But he's this tall, lanky dude. I'm not going to say his race because I completely blanked on what his actual race is, and I don't want to fuck that up later. But he walks up, and he's now on the court. So, it's their ball. Sahil throws it to Grin. As Aloe is chasing after her, she is looking at you, Baggio. You see her hands, and she puts it in between her, and she makes an X motion with her hands.
So she's making like an X motion with her hands towards me?
Yep, as if crisscross.
Okay.
She wants you to guard Grin, and she's going to guard Toast.
Baggio hesitates for a second, goes, oh, and I do that.
She starts guarding Toast. Grin is at the 3-point line. Roll a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Oh, 24. All right. Yeah, that's not going to beat it. She goes for a free throw, and you put up your...
Wait, a free throw?
Three-pointer? Yeah, three-pointer.
Three? Did you say 3 throw?
Yeah.
He said 3 throw.
Yeah, is that not what it is?
He's going for a 3-piece.
I've always called it a 3-throw.
It's just a 3-point shot.
And then you have 3 throws when you go to the 3-point line.
No, you have free throws.
Weston's giving me the question mark black guy meme.
Let's just continue on here.
3-point shot. Just call it a 3-point shot.
She goes for a 3-pointer, and your samurai hands grab it out of thin air.
Yes.
And the second you do that, Blake just fucking stomps his foot on the ground, and it makes a crack where he is because he's getting really fucking pissed. Baggio, you now have the ball. What are you doing?
I'm standing there with the bomb looking back and forth to everybody. Is Griffin open? Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Roll perception. 17. Griffin is not open because he's being guarded right now by Sahil, but Howland is wide open.
Oh, fuck me, dude.
I look at Howland and kind of like make like a, like, do I throw it to you face?
Howland is just like, fuck. God damn it.
I hold the basketball and, like, you know how, like, you throw a basketball, but, like, I'm doing it with my big ghost samurai arms, and I'm like, I'll throw it towards Howland.
Roll athletics, Howland.
Jesus Christ.
What? Oh my god!
I've never seen that happen! I've never seen that happen!
Oh my god!
What happens?
This is not my strong
Holy
suit!
shit!
What happens on a
Oh,
zero? What happens on
Do you
a
just
zero?
take my fucking arm off with the ball? Do you kill me?
Oh my...
Does the ball...
I
Does
just
the,
knock
does
his
the
head
fucking
off?
basketball punch a hole in me like Kung Pao?
Oh my god.
There's just a perfectly round hole going through Howland's chest.
Does the basketball hit Howland so hard that it warps him and the ball out of space and time? Like,
Real quick, audience, he has a -1 in athletics. He rolled a nat 1 -1. That's a 0. I could do whatever the fuck I wanted to this guy at this point.
yeah, you really could.
I'm literally
you could
so
kill him
fucked.
and
I
no one
hate
can
it.
stop you.
But what if he has a -2 and runs a nat 1? Then what?
Okay, we're not even going to talk about that.
Oh my god. Here's what fucking happens, my dudes.
I've never seen a 0 in my life.
Howland, you see the ball coming towards you. You know that you're about to catch this because you got your mage hand. This is fine. But you're not paying attention as Blake just fucking shoulders you out of the fucking way as you get launched into the audience. Blake grabs the ball as he's staring eye contact with you, Howland, grabs the ball out of the air, not even looking at it.
Oh,
And he turns to his hoop, and everyone is stunned. He runs up, and he fucking dunks it.
oh, mad. Pissed even.
Oh,
That is 2-4.
0.
The ball gets jumped right back to you, Griffin. Howland, did you want to sub out for Swine, or are you going right back in?
No, we're going back in.
That's
Fuck
fucking
that.
right.
We're about to fuck this dude up.
Not even close.
We're about to fuck this dude up.
Dude, now I'm playing dirty as fuck. You thought I was a piece of shit before? No, dude. No, now I'm gonna be an asshole.
Howland is actually in a bit of rubble on the bench. The bench is broken, and Swine turns to you, Howland, and she picks you up by the robe. You're back on your feet, and she dusts off your robe, and then she smacks you on the ass to get you back out there.
Howland is going to, I'm assuming, wipe the blood off of his lip and he's gonna turn to Swine like, hey, but thank you. And just walk out there.
She gives the okay symbol and then watches with a blank expression.
Howland's like, don't you ever touch me, but thanks.
Yeah, pretty much. You get your fucking hands off me. Thank you.
All right, Griffin, you got the ball. Who are you throwing it to? You got the 4 on the court. Howland, Baggio, McEnroe, and Aloe.
Can I also roll perception?
Do not.
To see who's open?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, don't you dare throw it to me.
I'm throwing it back to Alan.
No!
Roll perception.
No!
14.
You bitch!
Okay, so on a 14, Baggio no one is letting him have the balls with his samurai arms. But you do see Aloe, McEnroe are open.
So now we're by our goal and they're open?
Yeah,
I want to throw it up to... Wait.
McEnroe's the dwarf.
Oh, jeez. Wait, No! Wait. McEnroe, how tall is he?
He's about 3'6".
Dude, I didn't know that when I picked him. I thought he was tall. McEnroe sounds like a buff-ass name, dude.
Yeah, he's buff.
Listen, could I jump really high into the air
Yeah.
over the net? Griffin throws me the ball, and then I dunk it.
You want to alley-oop?
Yeah, I want to alley-oop it to somebody.
I want to jump up really high as I can, and then I want to activate slow fall so I hang in the air.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, okay. You know what? Roll athletics of you jumping in the air.
Ooh.
10. You try jumping in the air, and Blake grabs you by the leg and pulls you back down. And he says,
Oh, dang it.
Dude, we are playing clean, but they're just assholes, dude.
Blake, he pulls you back down, and he looks you right in the eyes, and he's really fucking pissed. He's through gritted teeth. He's like, you're staying on the fucking ground.
Christ.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to keep that same 14 perception. Weston, you hear Blake on the other side of the court screaming at his teammates, and he says, we're playing Griffin rules. Keep that fucking guy down.
Playing Griffin rules?
Oh,
Corny.
okay.
You saw Baguio try jumping up. The same people are still open, Aloe and McEnroe.
I'm just gonna fly to the hoop. Can I just do that?
Oh yeah.
I mean, you can, but at the same time, you need to.
No, if we're playing dirty, I'm playing dirty.
I know, you got to pass it in, though. You're the one holding the ball.
Wait, what do you mean?
No, you're off court right now. You got to pass it in.
I'll just pass it in. Okay.
Okay, who do you pass it into, Aloe or...
Aloe Vera. Pass it to her.
You throw it to Aloe. Aloe is still being guarded by Toast, and Toast is sitting there going back and forth, and he's like, left to the right, to the left, to the right. Here we go, God, all night. Left to the right, to the left, to the right. He's whispering to himself and like trying to build up that bardic magic of his.
I yell to her and I say, Aloe, take the risk.
She looks at you for a second, confused, and then a light bulb goes off in her head, and then she closes her fucking eyes.
Yeah.
I'll give her advantage. Okay. She closes her eyes and twirls around Toast, dribbling down the court, and you see Blake get away from you, trying to go towards you. He's getting very overzealous, Baguio. He goes away from you towards Aloe, and right before he grabs the ball from her with her eyes open, she just, between her legs, back to you, Baguio. You have the ball.
Oh, God, okay. I grab the ball with my astral arms.
Yep. You are at the 3-point line.
Oh, God. Okay. 3-point line. Is this close enough that I could try to throw it in?
Yeah, that's a 3-point. You'll have to hit a 15 on a 3-point.
Oh! Oh! Okay. Can I do this? I want to throw the ball over towards the net to where the ball goes up over the net, and then I want to step the wind over there and then dunk it.
Roll athletics real quick.
Oh, my athletics isn't great. Okay. Here's what I do. With my astral arms, I take them and I throw it towards the net, but it's higher than it should be. But right when it gets over top of the net, I spend my key points and I step the wind up into the air over where the ball was, and I grab the ball out of the air again and slam it into the hoop.
Griffin is just looking like, okay.
He got the juice!
Howland, you see the back of Blake as he's looking back at the hoop. He's pissed off.
I promise Howland's more pissed than he is.
Yes.
He's pissed at the other team. Blake grabs Smithspa by the ears, his burnt little, like, 3rd-degree ears, and he picks him up and he says, "What did I fucking say? Keep him on the fucking ground."
But Blake, you're the one who was supposed to keep him up.
Shut the fuck up. And then he tosses him back onto the ground. Is there anything you want to do at this moment, Howland, as Smithspa leaves Blake and goes to grab the basketball? Or are you waiting your turn?
I'm waiting for my turn.
Smithspa's got the ball. He's about to pass it back in. He passes it to Sahil. He's a very tall guy. Picture the blue Monstar as he's dribbling the ball down the court.
Are you okay?
He's dribbling down the court.
Is he gonna go shoot it or no?
Yeah, he's going to go. Is anyone going to stop him? Anyone want to jump in and try to guard him?
The tall guy?
Yeah.
I was gonna see if he's about to shoot it. I want to try to fly up and block it.
He's dribbling it down. He gets to the 3-point line. He pulls back a little bit. He's going to go for a 3.8. He goes for it, and it's wildly off course. It is heading in, I'm going to say Howland's direction.
I can reach up Mage Hand to try and snatch it out of the air.
Yeah, I'll just say that you got Mage Hand, and you grab it out of the air, and it comes back to you.
Where's the big guy that charged me?
Blake?
Yeah.
He's on the court. He was where Sahil was going. He's right next to Sahil, maybe like 5 feet across from him.
I want Howland to look Blake directly in the eyes and not move as his Mage Hand just extends directly back behind him to the goal to just dunk it.
Yes.
As Howland does not break eye contact, just looking directly at him.
The end of Space Jam!
Oh my god, yes.
Just Mage Hand extends as Howland is looking at him like, I'm gonna find you.
Mage Hand go brr.
Just the swoosh of the net as Magwell in the audience just fucking pog face. 8-2.
8-2. Pass it to Blake. Pass it to Blake.
Blake calls a timeout. He walks back to his bench. You guys walk back to your bench. McEnroe is covered in sweat, and he's just like, I think we got him on the run, guys. We just need to get one more shot. Come on, let's fucking go. Aloe actually looks to McEnroe and is like, are you okay?
This dude hasn't done anything the whole game.
Howland is just gonna grab him on the shoulder, and Howland is gonna look at the camera and go, hey man, you look pretty thirsty. Turns to the camera, you should drink some of this Gatorade. It refills your electrolytes. It's what I use.
That's what I use, and it always helps.
It always helps me to stay hydrated and fresh before every big game.
Remember, Gatorade.
Howland just takes a sip, looks at the camera.
At your local shop.
Aloe grabs a burger, and and then McEnroe's like, whoa, is that a burger? Yeah, I'll play it for it.
Then Bago pulls out a tube of Tenactin and says, tough acting, get rid of that athlete's foot.
McEnroe is breathing pretty heavily, but we see Swine grab McEnroe's shoulder and pulls him back onto the bench as Swine steps back up. She gets closer to you. She's pretty tall, taller than most of you. She looks at you, Howland, makes eye contact, but doesn't really say anything.
Can I say something just to Griffin?
Yeah.
We should pull some sort of play with our best friend ambulance.
I forgot what... Oh.
It lets us teleport to each other.
Oh, that'll be sick.
Okay, BJ's gotta get the ball. He's gotta pull it into his turtle shell. And Weston, he has to teleport to you. You have to pick BJ up and slam him through. You have to dunk BJ like he's the ball.
Yes.
But it has to be the final thing, and you have to break their fucking goal.
And dunk me!
And when you do that, Howland is gonna cover that shit in poison spray on the bottom so they can't go near it. I'm fucking covering it. Howland is just gonna put his arms very uncharacteristically around Baguio and Griffin, and he's gonna clear his throat. Just, if we don't win this, I'm committing genocide. That's it. He walks away. Just, that's the game plan.
Alright.
Baguio's like, I hate genocide.
Baguio's like, I really don't like genocide.
Yeah, I really don't like genocide.
Aloe looks at you, Griffin, and she says, any wise words before we get back on the court?
Oh yeah, you're the team leader, you gotta give us the pep talk.
No, speech. Speech.
Speech. Yeah, no, Baguio's got his hands over his mouth. Speech. Speech.
Alright, boys. We've came this far. And we're not gonna throw away our opportunity to absolutely smear these cocksuckers.
Yeah.
McEnroe from the bench is like, that's fucking right, let's fucking go.
So, let's win this.
And they all put their hands in.
Howland is like 10 feet away, just, no shit!
Howland's like, what? We gonna win? No way! Idiot.
And then you just hear from the other side of the court, break! They all jump onto the court. They're ready to go. Are you guys ready to go?
I already got it right here. I know what I'm doing.
It's their ball. You see Grin walk up onto the court. Blake is the one passing it in, and Blake passes the ball to Grin.
When he passes it to Grin, or tries to, can I come up and roll sleight of hand to steal it?
Ooh. You're going to have to roll a stealth and then a sleight of hand.
Both?
Yeah, roll a stealth first. See if they even see you.
16.
I'll say that works. Now roll a sleight of hand.
13.
Blake passes it down to Grin, who's at the half-court line. The ball is in the air a foot away from Grin as she's about to catch it. You run up. You grab it. And the second you grab it, Blake is gritting his fucking teeth. And he starts charging you. What do you do?
Can Howland help out here?
Yeah, what are you doing?
So who's on the court right now? What is exactly happening? Blake is charging at
Griffin.
Who just stole the ball from Grin at the half court.
I want to use Charm Person on the dude who's charging.
Blake.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Yeah, on Blake.
Okay. You're going to just cast it at level 1?
Yeah, I just want him to do a simple command.
Yeah.
There it is.
The basketball music.
I'll give him disadvantage. He's charmed. What are you doing?
After I charm him, I'm gonna just go, would you kindly, tackle Grin, please? I'm just gonna point, I'm like, would you kindly tackle this bitch? Thank you. And I'm just gonna shout at Griffin like, "You're good, go! Dunk it!"
All right.
Blake starts running towards Grin, and then Grin looks at you and signs to you, Howland. You don't know sign language, but in the audience perspective, as we're seeing this happen, there's subtitles that appear as they sign, "What the fuck, bro?"
I'm doing the Scroob from Spaceballs. I'm doing Scroob where they fucking tuck the hand and then reverse do the little finger twirl thing.
Griffin, you're running towards the hoop.
I'm throwing it to Baggio.
Okay, I grab the ball, and I tuck my head in my shell, and I stuff the ball. My arms are still out. I stuff the ball into the head hole, and
then I'm going to fly up in the air after I pass it, above the hoop.
While he's flying up in the air, I want to just absolutely cover their goal in a poison spray on the bottom, so no one can get close to it.
Griffin flies up, corkscrew, as he's flying, above the hoop, and then they use the best friend amulet.
Griffin puts his hands up in the air, like Goku during the Spirit Bomb, and when he does that, I appear, my shell self appears in his hands.
And then I'm taking the whole turtle and all.
As you grab him, and you bring him up, and as you're flying down, fly like an eagle placed in your head.
Griffin, you can see from the head hole of my shell, my head's not out, but you can see my face inside the hole, and I'm making the pog face.
Do it. I want this to be everybody in the audience right now are these gifts.
The Seinfeld dancing and Lisa Simpson dancing, yeah.
Yes!
Everybody's just vibing out in slow motion as everyone is getting to their feet. McEnroe on the bench is just pumping his fist into the air. Swine is staring there, just blank.
And here's the thing. As I'm dunking Baggio, I want this to be what I look like.
That's the Fortnite default dance.
Michael Jordan.
Tongue out.
Tongue out.
Tongue out.
The bird tongue flying.
Yeah, your beak's wide open, your tongue's hanging out. You're like, yeah!
As you just fucking swoosh.
It's more of a crash.
Yeah, the fucking basket and the glass shatter as the hoop falls to the ground with Baggio in the hoop. And the crowd erupts. Howland, you look back at Swine, and slowly she just puts her hands up. McEnroe is losing his fucking mind. He actually grabs all the water at the bench, and he just fucking dunks it on himself.
This is Baggio going through the net.
Yeah! As
That's Howland in the background.
Yeah, there it is.
As McEnroe is pouring all the water onto his body, we see Smithspa actually try to get under the water too, and he's like, "Oh please, I'm so fucking burned." In the crowd, you see Banana Squad get up and they're beating their chest, and you see Billy Whack, and he says, "Yeah, fuck that guy." And everyone's fucking just going nuts. Blake is still on the ground tackling Grin, who's just looking up with their eyes glazed over. Bobby got his hand in the head, got his head in his hands.
Howland is literally in the air, pointing at the 9 pieces of 8, grabbing his nuts in the air, 15 feet straight up in the middle of the court, just spelling out like get fucking wrecked, get fucking styled on in like glowing purple text above the court while grabbing his nuts and dancing.
When Griffin grabs Baggio and is about to toss me into the net, right here.
No, Cowabunga.
Cowabunga it is.
There is a scene of everybody celebrating. Blake is coming out of his charm person, his eyes roll back into his head, and then he looks around at Grin, and he says, "What just happened?" And Grin looks at Blake, then looks off into the camera.
This is Baggio standing up from the rubble of the net.
Griffin runs up to the scorer's table. Well, I'm looking in the crowd, and I'm doing Kobe Bryant after he won his championship.
Everyone's fucking cheering. What are you doing, Howland?
I'm still just like up in the air fucking dancing with myself.
This is Griffin walking to the bench after we just won.
Yeah!
Doing the Conor McGregor swag walk.
Give me your belt!
Who the fuck are the Mayweathers?
Just fucking jump the line is playing.
He's about 15 feet above the ground doing the fucking Beetlejuice jig, just jumping from side to side with his arms out. Just going down the sideline, jumping left to right, pelvic thrusting down the side of the aisle, just getting the audience to fucking scream.
Everyone is losing their fucking mind. They are really excited. You guys kind of get the impression that these guys have been dickheads for a very long time to almost everybody. You just get that type of idea, right, in your head. You guys are like, everybody's so absolutely happy. There's a moment in time, while everybody is clapping and cheering for you, Baguio, and you, Griffin, you guys look at your palms. There's a weird feeling.
Oh?
Your palms are hurting, actually. And both of you look down at your palms, and there's that tie-dye blue K on it that is starting to itch and glow bright and brighter and brighter.
A tie-dye K?
A tie-dye K.
Keebler,
Yes.
the fortune teller from Jacoby.
Yeah, favor. She could call upon us at any time, right?
You guys notice that, and everyone's cheering.
Griff?
This can't be.
Uh-oh.
Is this what I think it is?
I'm afraid it might be.
And in the center of the court appears a tent. You guys look around. Everyone is like dumbfounded. People go silent looking at this tent. You look for Blake and the 9 pieces of 8, and they're just gone. They're like fleeing the court. They're pissed. They're absolutely furious. The tent opens, and there's Keebler standing in the frame. She looks at you, Baguio, and you, Griffin, and she says, "Hello, boys. Do you remember that one thing you owed me?" There's a moment, and then everybody just pulls out their weapons towards the tent.
Yes, I believe so.
Remember that thing you owed me? And Griffin just, like, clutches his ass, just, no. No! Not yet!
I thought there'd be time.
We're gonna cut to a room that you guys haven't been to before. We're inside the castle, and there's this long table. Almost looks like a conference room, but on the table is this, like, symbol for the army of Xander. Almost looks like the Christian symbol of an X and an A without the line in the middle over it.
You say the Christian symbol?
Almost like the fish.
Oh.
It looks like a chain link.
Oh, yeah, it looks like... I can see where you're getting the Christian fish, but it's like up and down instead of sideways.
At the table is a group of people. We see Magwell, Aldenreich, Jax, Wick, Copper, and we see Griffin, Baguio, and Howland. They're all staring down at the other end of the table where we see Keebler. Keebler is sitting there. Howland, you've never met Keebler, but she is bald. She has all of this different color splatter on her face.
Didn't we say she looked like Tilda Swinton?
A little bit, yes, that's what we said. But she's staring there with like a really nice smile on her face. Staring down at the table, at all of you guys. She is smiling, and she says, "It's been a long time, Baguio, Griffin. How have you been?"
Oh, we've been fine, yeah.
I've been pretty good. How about you?
"Oh, I've been wonderful." Aldenreich says, "I'm sorry, who are you, and how did you arrive in the castle so quickly in a tent?" "Oh, I'm Keebler. I do soul work. And Baguio and Griffin, those two, they owe me a favor. I believe they described it as one thing." And if you remember, Baguio and Griffin, you guys, when you were determining if you were going to trade a favor for information, she said it was only going to be one thing, and you both were like, one thing? Okay, one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Aldenreich, a bit confused, looks at you, Boggy and Griffin, and says, one thing? What exactly did this entail?
Basically, we had some spiritual stuff, me and Baggio both,
Yeah.
that was talking to us, and we had no idea what it would be or what it was. Keebler here knew what was going on,
I did.
and in exchange, we would owe her one favor.
One thing, as they described it. Aldenreich kind of raps his knuckles onto the table. I'm sorry to bring this whole operation to a halt, but you understand I can't let you just take 2 members of our army. Keebler, without even missing a beat, right back at Adam like, oh, the 2 members that you are keeping hostage and not allowing to leave? And there's a moment, like his eyes widen, and he says, it's not, they are free to leave at any moment. And Keebler right back at him, oh, sure they are. They just have to walk through 10,000 miles of desert, right? Jax, who's also sitting there as a representative of Baggio from the Aghast, says, I'm sorry, Miss Keebler. You wish to take Baggio Ubo away from us, and he is a valuable member of our squad. We do not wish to relinquish him just yet. But you must, because a bond is a bond. Then Wick speaks up. He's just a bit confused, and he says, I'm sorry. I don't even understand why I'm here. Howland doesn't owe you anything. Keebler smiles and looks at Howland and says, oh no, he owes me absolutely nothing, but...
Alright, sweet, I'm out. Just Holland opens the door.
As
just
you're about
gone.
to walk out the door, she says, he owes me absolutely nothing, correct, but it would be in his best interest to do this for me. Wick says, why exactly is that? Because if he does, then I can get you to Espero. And all of the air in the room leaves.
Howland doesn't give a fuck, dude. He's like, yeah, I'll do see you later. What that sounds like, coming down the hallway, just like, I'll see you later, fuck you, bye.
Magwell says, you can't possibly be serious.
Oh, I am. And this might be a matter for you to be excited about. But there's something much more exciting for Howland. I cannot reveal that, of course. And her smile gets wider.
Howland doesn't physically move, but he just completely reverse floats back in. So wait a minute. So let me get this straight. You want me to come with you because you have something that I want, but you won't tell me what that is. Right now.
Her smile becomes almost like the Grinch, and she says, yes.
Baggio looks at Howland and goes, she's quite eccentric.
And Howland is just visibly kind of like...
Well, can you at least tell us what we're going to be doing right here, right now?
Her smile, Grinch-like as it is, she stands up, and she walks around the table and points to the wall. On the wall, out of the moisture in the air, forms a map of Eldric Gadrid. You guys see it, and she walks closer to it around the table. She points to a section, and I'm about to post the map of Eldric Gadrid. She points to the map. She points up to the top, almost center left corner of the map. And she points to that bridge between the 2 continents. And she says, you are all aware of Margot's Pass.
Yes.
The mythos behind it as well. How no one knows how it was made. There's silence in the room, and she continues, and she says, one thing that I need from you is to discover the secrets of Margot's Pass. It seems like a broad idea, a broad journey for the 3 of you to go on. But believe me, all 3 of you will benefit from this. Not as much as me, of course, but... Copper speaks up and he says, you said that we can go to Espero. How could you make this happen? She smiles again, looks back at Copper right in the eyes, and she says, I am a woman of many different qualities. I can make almost anything happen. And when I say almost, it's a fine, tiny fraction of things that I cannot make happen. She has this intimidating look on her face, but she still has a smile. There's a moment between Copper staring at Aldenreich, who stares at Jax, and Wick doesn't stare at anyone except at you, Howland. Can you roll a perception?
Yeah. Bop.
18.
That's pretty good.
You're looking at Wick, and the way his lenses move on his armor to form an expression, he's very questioning. He's interested, but it's almost as if he's asking you how you feel about this.
I'm just gonna look at Wick and just kind of nod my head like I don't like it. Like, I'm not gonna say it out loud, but I'm just gonna no. I don't like this.
Like, you look at that, and then Wick immediately puts his hands on the table and stands back up, and he says, I'm sorry. I'm not going to allow one of my members of the Fright Knots to leave on a journey they don't know about to gain something they do not know for your benefit. I'm not allowing that to happen. Howland, let's go. And Wick turns and heads out the door.
Agreed, Howland is right behind him.
As you're leaving, Keebler says, Then I guess you'll never find out about Mortis.
Okay, Howland was, literally out the door. When she says Mortis, Howland quite literally takes the doorknob off the door. He stops so hard, the doorknob literally comes the fuck off the door.
He's just like, yeah? Yeah?
Just the deepest inhale of all time.
Wick turns around and he says, Howland?
Howland is gonna just, turn to Wick, not facing him, but he's just gonna be like, she knows about something she definitely should not know about. And this is incredibly important. Once again, I don't like it. But if I'm being frank, she's got me by the balls right now. And she ain't letting go.
Keebler's smile is even wider, which you guys thought was going to be impossible. But
I literally hate this character so much.
She turns to you, Baggio, and you, Griffin, and she says, I also have you two by the balls, and if you guys do not wish for me to squeeze, then you will abide by the bargain we made all those months ago.
Griffin is just like, well, wait a minute. What if we wanted you to squeeze a little bit?
Griffin instantly nuts.
What about a supple honk? Will that do?
Supple honk.
She keeps sitting back down and standing up like she's overly excited. Like, have you ever been that way? Like, oh, you're ready to go?
I'm just thinking of a YTP. He fucking stands up, sits down, stands up, sits down. Oh my god.
But for the final time, she stands up and she says, if we're all in agreement, you will all be rewarded. The army will find a way to get to Espero. Griffin and Baggio, you will reward yourselves by finishing the contract with me.
Oh, yeah, great.
And Howland, she bites her lip.
Whoa.
Yeah. Meet me in the tent when you are ready to leave.
You're literally making us all eat this right now.
It's Pop-Tarts, but it says poop farts.
You're literally just... Frosted shit naturally flipped.
Oh.
We're all taking a bite out of the shit sandwich right now, and I'm pissed.
Oh my god.
Poop farts, frosted shit.
She walks down the hall, and you hear the clip-clop of her heels as she disappears. Aldenreich immediately, I will not send you on this mission if you do not wish to go. I don't know what that means for Baggio and Griffin by whatever bond they have.
We have to go.
Agreed.
Alright, good, because we really need that information about Espero.
Alright, good, because I was really hoping you would go. I didn't want to say it, but I was like, man, if they don't go, god damn. I am so fucked.
Baggio, Ubo, I do not wish for you to leave, but before you leave, if you do choose, which you clearly have chosen, meet us in the forge, and we will try to suit you as best as we can. Same goes to you, Griffin, and you, Howland, if you need. So out of game, next episode, I kind of wanted to do the shelf stuff, because you all three have been given another pink ticket after you guys went on your mission. So right now, all of you should have 3 pink tickets, which you can use at the shelf.
Well, I'm still saving up for the top shelf.
Well, how many do you need to get to the top shelf?
10.
Fuck. And how many do I have? 4?
3.
3? Thought it was 4.
Let me look at your character sheet.
Snore.
You have...
Blore.
Yeah, you have 3.
Fuck.
You just got the 3rd one right now.
Yeah, I have 2.
Now you have 3. You can do the shelf next episode if you wanted.
Yeah, that's fine.
Wick comes back onto the table, puts his hands on the ground, and he says, "But Margot's Pass it's unknown. We have colonies on there. The Genasi and the Coalition both have land on it. That's smack dab in the middle of the war. To discover the secrets of Margot's Pass is fool's gold."
It's a fool's errand, you mean?
No, it's fool's gold.
Okay.
Because what is the secret? How long will they be gone? I do not know, Wick, and that is my same fear. But if we get to Espero from this journey, this will expand our mission to a greater limit. Wick turns back to you, Howland, and he says, "Meet back at the Fright Knots base before you leave."
But of course.
Copper says the same to you. He says, "Griffin, before you leave, meet us at Peregrine."
Sure will.
You guys need to go to the tent to meet Keebler right now.
To meet that dirty fucking elf.
She's not an elf.
That dirty elf.
She's, alright.
So we're meeting her right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where's the tent? Back in Jacoby?
No, it's back at the arena.
It won't take long. Travel all the way to Jacoby.
You guys go to the tent, into the arena. You guys pop in. Howland, you've never seen this before. Baguio, Griffin, it's just like what you've remembered. It's completely white, almost an infinite white inside, with that little well in the middle. Keebler is standing there behind the well, looking very pleased with herself.
Howland notes that it smells like cat piss for an unknown reason.
I do smell cat piss.
You know, now that you mention it, I kind of do smell cat piss.
Yeah, Bongo's like, is that cat piss?
Griffin starts pecking at the ground like, bro.
Bro, that's piss.
That's piss.
You guys are in the tent, and she looks very pleased with herself. And she says, "I'm thankful that you have chosen to join. If you didn't, it would spell disaster for each of you.
Right.
And since you've chosen to join Howland, I feel like it's only fair to give you a glimpse of what you 3 will be doing."
The least you could do.
I was gonna say not entirely, but we don't really have a choice, so have at it.
She walks behind all 3 of you guys, and she starts shuffling you towards the well. And you guys surround the well. She sits there behind you, and then she pushes you each into the well. You guys fall into the well. It was very unexpected, but she pushes you, all 3, into the well. And there's a moment where you guys are stuck in this slow, blank void of water, and the air bubbles are leaving your body.
I breathe water.
That's true.
I'm fine.
How's Howland?
She's soaked right now.
Howland is just like, but...
Griffin, you're waterlogged.
Yeah.
In this void, it turns from water, and your visions fade into a blankness. You don't see Baguio, you don't see Griffin, you don't see Howland. You don't even feel your own bodies anymore. Your visions go black, as if you were blinded. And with that idea in your head, your first instinct is to scream. But you're unable to do that either. Please calm yourself. If you lose your sanity this early, I can't imagine you'll be any good to me in the first place. The void is starting to subside as the vision appears. The first thing we see is rapid water moving at 1/10 of a second. Zooming out, we begin to see a large landmass peek over the water. It is a cliffside, larger than anything the three of you have ever seen. It stretches for miles in either direction across the horizon. We zoom out further and further to see more and more of the wall. We see sleek, beautiful rock patterns stick out like jagged teeth across a large chunk of the monolith. We see pieces of the cliff cracking in slow motion, some parts already in free fall towards the water below. The camera continues back before it passes the sails of a very slow-moving ship, and then another. We continue to pull farther back and begin to see a mass of ships on the water facing towards the landmass. Finally, the camera stops on the back of Howland on top of the crow's nest of this vessel. He faces the rocks with his left hand outstretched towards them as purple energy oozes from his wand as the camera moves around to face Howland's front. His expression, just like everything around, is slowed in a twist of anger and pain. Droplets surround him, some made of water, others made of blood. Noticing the blood, we pan down Howland's body, his robes stained in his own blood. The stains lead us to Howland's right arm that ends with a stump, his hand missing. The camera cuts to a shot of Howland's hand as it is falling from the crow's nest to the deck of the ship. We zoom past the hand to see an image of Baggio on his back, with blood pooling around his body. A sword sticks from his neck, with no head in sight. Before the camera gets too close, it veers away from the ship towards the sea. In the air, we see a figure engulfed in flames. The camera cuts closer to the figure. His feathers burn in slow motion, with Griffin's face contorted into a painful scream, his sword gripped tightly to his melting hands. The camera cuts to each of them. Howland, frozen in pain, Baggio, frozen in death, and Griffin, frozen in fear. The camera cuts back to the landmass in front of the ships. The giant cliffside shows massive cracks forming as time begins to pick up speed, as the rocks crunch and twist, sending enormous chunks of land into the sea as it smashes into the ships, causing them to break and sink instantly. The final shot we see is garnet light escaping from the wall before Margot's pass violently evaporates in front of you, sending a ripple of destruction out in all directions, claiming all three of you and ending your existence. Keebler pulls all three of you out of the well.
Howland just grabs his hand. He's just like, pirates.
Pirates!
Also, I want you to know this was literally me when it started, and just as I hear Howland's hand is just like gone, I'm like, oh, okay.
She looks at all three of you, very pleased with herself. How does Griffin feel?
He drops to his knees and he's looking down and just looking at his arms and his legs and his body. And he's just blank face, like, this can't be.
Keebler looks at you, Baggio. What are you doing?
Baggio is standing there, rubbing his neck, like checking it, just floored. He's got real bad PTSD from seeing all the carnage of his village, and seeing more carnage like that has triggered him.
So, question. The vision. The ships were going towards this landmass or away from it?
Towards it, and Howland had his arm stretched out towards the wall.
And this landmass is
Margot's Pass.
Margot's Pass.
Keebler looks at all three of you, and she says, "So, that was the most drastic end of your journey. Do make sure that that does not happen."
I'll do my best.
Your time void smells like piss.
I suppose, now, there is one thing to alter. And the camera cuts.
To her getting out the Clorox to clean up the cat piss.
Eldric Journeys, one thing to alter.
No, that's the title.
One thing to alter.
We were already in a campaign.
Boy, that was then. This is now. This is the new campaign.
The campaign has changed.
Gotta get with the times.
This is the next one. One thing to alter.
I said it's like what we were doing was Dragon Ball, and now this is Dragon Ball Z.
A little bit.
Okay, guys. Look like we're gonna fight.
Wait.
Which is the one who's got the list?
Apparently there's two of them.
No, that's Smith's, but hold on one second. One sec. Give me a sec.
Oh, he's practicing. He muted
He's
himself.
practicing his lines. This guy's literally practicing to sound like a fucking idiot.
Don't tell me there's two of them with a list, but I'm about to go in. I'm about to go in on them.
I know it's wrong, but I hate people with lists.
No.
I can't stand it.
Deej, clip that. Send it.
Yep.
Oh.
We have to out BJ right here, right now.
Also minorities.
Yes! Yeah! Let's fucking go!
You just hear Eddie in the background. Based! Based!
Based!
I do love that line, though. It's like, I think you need a timeout. Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
Also, Brandon invited me to Apex. What a fucking loser. Holy shit.
Eddie's like, yeah, what a loser. So I'll see you guys later. I gotta go play Apex.
What a bitch. As I accepted, like, yeah, guys, I need this win, though. I still can't get over that. I love the idea of Howland just going down the fucking court doing that Beetlejuice dance.
I love that.
Going fucking side to side, like pelvic thrusting.
Not one TikTok reference. Every time I hear this, I think of Power Rangers.
That's exactly what I wanted it to be. That was one of the references.
What, Power Rangers?
Yeah, I wanted it to be a Power Rangers type.
God.